Hello guys, it's John Potato doing another Blaze Rages video. So I'm mad at seasons today, so of course you have 4 seasons, and being in the Midwest, I actually do experience all 4 seasons. So you have winter, you have summer, and then spring and fall, they technically exist, but like, let's be real, they don't. I'm in the Midwest. They're not like real seasons, it's just kind of like a time where it just flips between summer and winter constantly and just doesn't really do much else. You don't actually get like a 50 to 60 degree weather period for very long. It's just kind of awkward. Anyway, regardless, there's 4 main aspects of seasons that I like, but also they annoy me. These are temperature, natural disasters, the day-night cycle, and bugs. This is the problem. There is not a single season where all of these things are taken care of. Because look, so first up, right? You have summer. Summer is my favorite season, but it's also not. I actually kind of hate summer. I could say that any season is my favorite season in some regard, but I also hate it because of another thing. It's annoying. Because with summer, right? The day night cycle, it's long. And I'm nocturnal, but I like when there's a good amount of day. You know, I like when I wake up at 8 p.m., it's still light out. That's nice. And I know it's gonna be light when I'm, up doing stuff for quite a while. That's cool. But in winter, you wake up, it's dark. Even if I wake up earlier, like, I don't know, 6 or something, it's dark. Going to bed, it's light, but, like, it hasn't been light for that long. Like, my entire day is just dark. It kind of just sucks. Even if you're a normal person who doesn't wake up, at 8 p.m., for you, you wake up in the summer, it's light out. That's nice. It's great. But then also, like, when you go to bed, I mean, it's dark out by then probably, but it hasn't been dark for long. It's mostly light. But in the winter, winter it's just dark. But anyway, we'll get to winter. But yeah, summer is great because it's light out all the time. I like that. Temperature's a bit questionable. It's too hot out. It can be pretty solid if it's like in the 70s or something. That's not bad. 80s starts to get a little bit bad. 90s plus is horrendous. Also, humidity's a big problem. Usually humidity isn't as big until later in the summer, but if it's humid, 80s are horrendous. 70s are actually kind of bad when it's humid out. 60s are like acceptable, but it's usually not 60s and humid in summer, so that's unfortunate. Um, Beyond that, the natural disasters, again, I'm in the Midwest. The big thing here are tornadoes. How are tornadoes? In the summer, not great. Not horrible. They're around, though. You gotta be careful of them. That's not fun. It's usually not too bad, though. But anyway, aside from that, there's bugs. And bugs, God, I hate bugs so much. They're horrible. Bugs here in summer, yeah, it's horrendous. These things are everywhere. Can't go outside during the day because you get stung by wasps. At night, you don't want to open the doors because then moths and beetles and everything just fly in. It's just not a fun time. Like summer, man, it's too hot out. You gotta worry about tornadoes, bugs everywhere. But man, the day-night cycle, hard carries. And then we get to fall. So fall, okay. The temperature's actually nicer. Yes, I know it is wildly inconsistent, but hey, you generally can at least get some like decent weather. That's cool. It's definitely better than summer, I would say. Summer is probably, I would say, third for weather. Worst for bugs, probably third for natural disaster times, and then easily first for like the day-night cycle. But yeah, fall, I would say probably like second for temperature because it does start to get cold, and I feel like the cold always just feels horrendous when you're in fall. It's like 40 degrees, and that just feels horrible at the time. Um, Aside from that, let's see. Natural disasters, it's like second probably. Usually pretty chill, although you always have to be careful of like a big like October or November storm. Like sometimes it happens, you get a tornado warning or something. It's not ideal, but it's still probably better than spring and summer. Um, and then after that, let's see. The day-night cycle is just depressing. Like it's third. I almost want to go fourth, but I'll say third. When fall starts, the day-night cycle, it's not too bad. It's still getting dark maybe right around dinner time, maybe a little after dinner time. And, it's getting light in the morning a little bit later now, but it's not horrible. But by the end of fall, it's just terrible, especially like before time change. Like, it doesn't get light till like after 7 p.m. or 7 a.m. Um, yeah, then it just gets to that point after time change where it's like, yeah, it's dark by like 5 p.m. Doesn't get light till almost 7 a.m. It just sucks. It's not fun. It just feels depressing, honestly. So yeah, not great. And then beyond that though, bugs second or no third, not second. Bugs are actually kind of terrible in fall because while bugs aren't really as prevalent in the second half, which is great, it does feel nice, but in the first half of fall, bugs are horrific because they're like at their largest. Like they might not be as numerous, but they're huge. And when you see a bug, you know you see a bug because that thing is gigantic by the by the point of fall. It sucks. At least they die off though, which is great. But yeah, it's not fun. After that though, we have winter. Winter's weird because okay, temperature fourth, it's horrible. You can't go outside. Like straight up, you just can't go outside. It's below freezing almost constantly. Can't really go outside do anything. That sucks. Um, Day night cycle fourth. While it doesn't get depressing because it's not just getting worse and worse, it just is it's depressing the entire time. By the end of winter, yes, it does get a little better. It is staying like close to six at this point, which is okay, and it's getting light outside by like 6:30 ish, almost six. It's better, but it's not great. It's close, but not quite there. So it's fourth. It gets better, but it just sucks like the entire time anyway. Beyond that, natural disasters first, and also bugs first. Yeah, you don't hear about tornadoes like at all in winter. It's great. It's my favorite. Well, one of my favorite parts of winter because also yeah, no bugs. If you see a bug in winter, it's just rare. It's like wow, there's a bug. That's crazy. I like that feeling. Well, not seeing a bug in winter, but like just not having to worry about bugs. It's great. So yeah. And then we just spring. And spring's weird because temperature. This is the best because this is when like okay, if it's 40 degrees out, that's fine because you're used to it being like 2 degrees out or less. So it actually doesn't feel bad. When it's like 60, it feels good out. It's a nice temperature. You don't get horribly hot yet. It just feels good. And also, day night cycle, it's second. It starts off okay, time changes pretty quick, so like it's like 7-ish it's getting dark at. It's getting light by like 6:30 still. But it just gets constantly better, showing improvement, which just feels good. By the end it's like, almost like summer. Like it's like light's almost like 9 p.m. Getting light up before 5 a.m. pretty much. It's great. So the dance cycle's nice, but then you have the other things. So bugs, I would say it's like second best because bugs they do increase, which sucks. But I feel like the bugs aren't horrible yet. Like they're not as big. They're not like everywhere either yet. So it's not horrible, but it's not great either. It's just kind of okay. And then we of course have the big problem with spring because right now spring is actually looking pretty good. Weather's great. Um, you know, like bugs and the dance cycle are pretty solid. Take what you can get. But then there's the natural disaster issue, and yeah, tornadoes this is the worst season for them. It's tornado season. That just sucks. Like I feel like every week I have to have like at least one day where I have like the weather channel on while I sleep to make sure that like I'm not getting hit by a tornado in my sleep. Then I like get like 4 hours of sleep because I'm like constantly waking up to check and yeah, it's not fun. I don't like that very much. So yeah, it's not great. I don't know what they were thinking with that one. Anyways, that's my problem with seasons though, because look, every single season has something to just make me mad about. Like there is not a single proper good season. Like why can't we just have like a time like you could maybe change a little bit, right? But like I think natural disasters just delete them. That'd be great. Bugs maybe don't delete them because I know like there's nature issues with that, but like make sure they just like reprogram them, not like go into houses and stuff, right? Or not go by people in general as well. Like then they're fine. Beyond that, though, I think temperatures they could shift a bit. Day night cycle, I could actually no day night cycle needs to stay good all year round. Temperatures can shift a bit. Winter could be like 40s, summer could be like 70s. That's fine. Day night cycle needs to stay from like getting light at 5 a.m. to getting dark at 9 p.m. That'd be great. But yeah, seasons they're weird because they give you a variety. There's definitely good things coming with each season, but man, they're annoying at the same time because they just can't get everything right, and that just sucks. That's all to say though. So yeah, thanks for watching, and goodbye.